Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're talking about CONY, the Coinbase Option Income Strategy ETF from Yieldmax. And the reason we're talking about them is because CONY is approaching a bit of a high point in its underlying stock, Coinbase. And what I want to do here is I want to kind of take you through where the share price is at. We're currently at about $300 for coin. It's approaching all-time highs at about $350. And so what I want to talk about is what am I doing with my position? I want to show you guys at the price points which I was buying CONY. I maybe bought CONY about 4 or 5 separate times over the past 6 months. Throughout those times, I'll share my buy-in price, my total return, and as well, we'll calculate total returns with the dividends of CONY as well. So hopefully that does sound good, and hopefully if you're a holder of CONY and Coinbase, maybe this will help you decide, okay, what do I want to do with my own position, just to kind of get another perspective on that. So if that does sound good, we're currently up to 8,315 subscribers, 216 subscribers in the past 28 days. In our last video, I thought it was 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, which is still awesome. And what I do want to do is I want to give a special shout out to anyone who clicked the link down in the description. There will be a link in this one as well to go and check out our honorable investing goal template tracker. And as well, there is a YouTube video which shows you guys how to view that and how to use it. As well, down below, there is a referral code right here for $50 on Questrade if you sign up and create a new account. And I want to say thank you to another person who purchased our honorable investing goal tracker. I hope it returns you tenfold and 100-fold. That's what it was built for. It's $7.99, and you know what? I want it to produce you guys more than tenfold in terms of monthly income coming back, because this tracker is built to help you maximize your monthly income, whether it's in Yieldmax ETFs or whether it's in stable long-term ETFs such as SCHD. That's what I'll be using it for in the future. Anyways, let's get into this video because we're talking about CONY. So CONY, 110% dividend yield, not too bad, but you got to understand CONY over the past 6 months has had pretty bad share price depreciation and erosion. Of course, it does pay out some pretty high dividend yields. If we go down to their distributions, paid out 73 cents, 65 cents, 43 cents, 59 cents. Cool. But the underlying stock is at close to an all-time high, and we're approaching a marker within the past 6 months where it's kind of at a resistance point, not a support, but a resistance, meaning it's approaching a high point where price is likely to maybe pull back, as we're actually seeing today a little bit. So what am I thinking? My thoughts are potentially looking to sell CONY or holding. I don't think this is a buying opportunity for coin or for CONY at all. When I look at the underlying company's financials, their financials are very good. Their total revenue has been growing. They have good operating income. Of course, it was negative for the past 2 years, but now within this past year, it's positive. It all depends, in my opinion, on the price of Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin skyrockets like we've seen over the past 8 months, we're likely going to see a lot more transactions on Coinbase. And that's what Coinbase is. It's basically a website or an app where people can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. So when we see Bitcoin kind of skyrocket in price, that's when we see CONY do very well. And we're at the point where Bitcoin is potentially looking to get back to a downtrend, in my opinion. We've seen over the past year a little bit of an uptrend followed by a bit of a downtrend. We're back at all-time highs for Bitcoin, and within the past month or so, we've seen Bitcoin kind of fall off a little bit. And judging by past experiences, we might be looking at a potential downtrend or an uptrend. It's hard to say, but I just want to bring you guys aware of Bitcoin and CONY, because if you guys hold shares, it's important to stay on top when your stocks and ETFs reach critical points. Now, let's talk a little bit about my buys in CONY. So if we go back, I bought roughly 10 shares at a share price of $6.62. What a buy. As well, I have it here, which is April 15th. I bought 27 shares at $7.33. And just for comparison, the current share price of CONY is $8.85. And this is also including a lot of the dividend distributions. Go back to April, paid 43. So I've received all these distributions while buying at these low prices as well. Okay, let's continue on. We have our next buy, which was a pretty big buy. We bought 186 shares right here of CONY at an average share price of $8.05. This was back on April 30th. So even April 30th, I would have received these two dividends. It went ex-dividend on that date. So I would have actually just received the 73-cent dividend, but as well, I'd be up on those shares as it's now at $8.84. I bought it at $8.05. And I'm pretty sure that was actually the last buy for CONY that I purchased. Yep, that's the last buy. But let's check out my average price on this. And for that, we can go to my tracker. It's very easy to see. We have CONY. I have 261 shares, an average share price of $7.79. So currently, if I go to my portfolio, I'm actually up about 14 to 15% on this position right here. Oh, wow. 13% on this position. So 13% in a relatively short time frame while receiving a lot of these dividends is not too bad. In terms of a total return, I could calculate it basically saying, okay, look, my average share price is $7.79. So what we'll do here is go to my calculator, 7.79. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to add only this last dividend, because what I want to do is I don't want to calculate all these dividends because I was buying at all these markers. I know this last dividend I received for sure on all of my shares. So what I'm going to do is add this actually to Coinbase's share price, or sorry, CONY share price, which is $8.85 plus 73 cents. So we'll just go back here, 0.73, the last dividend. Whoops. I'm absolutely going crazy, but I really appreciate you guys sticking with me for this one. 8.85, boom. So this is kind of my total current, you could call it a cost basis. This is just CONY share price with the dividend added. And then what I want to do is divide it by my average price, which is $7.79. I will subtract by 1. So my total return on CONY is 22, almost 23%. That's a pretty good marker that you could say, okay, now I want to get rid of it, but I'm going to continue to hold because I bought CONY to hold for the long term. And the reason why I'm holding is because I do think long-term Coinbase will be at a higher price point, just judging that the financials are growing very nicely. They hold a lot of cash, and I do think that they could push beyond $350 if we see a breakthrough in Bitcoin, which I think we're likely to see in the future. But as for now, if you were concerned about getting in and out of CONY, I would look at an opportunity to sell, because I do think that we could see better prices on the way in the future. So that's kind of my opinion on CONY. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. We're up to 8,315 subscribers. Still crazy to say that, but I hope this kind of filled you in on what maybe someone else is thinking about CONY, Coinbase, and how we're approaching all-time highs, how it might be a good opportunity to unload some shares. And then if Coinbase was to drop down, as it normally does, it's very volatile, you could pick up some more and pick up some more Yieldmax ETFs at a great price. So I hope this video helped. I hope you found it informative. Please do check out the links down in the description below. And only until next time, please do take care.